right? I'm telling you why, because all you need are these numbers for you to let me know how you feel. Which of the headlines jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or seeks your reaction? But as much as you want to add your voice in the discourse, do well to do that. Do same with some civility and responsibility. It is very important for us to be very cordial and have some level of decorum maintenance, right? That being said as well, let me greet you in the way that I know how to. Nakwana, Karo, Ndewonu, Amisiere, and finally, Una, good morning. My name is Udwak Daniel, and yes, as it is with me, I'd like to give you the 10 things that you ought to know today, at least before we jump into the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. All right, let's get it on already. Beneficiaries of the federal government's 50,000 Naira grant for nano business owners have started receiving credit alert. Nice one, yeah? Minister for Industry, Trade and Investments, Dr. Doris Uzokanite, who confirmed this at the weekend, said no fewer than 200,000 small business owners have received the payment. Alrighty, now the statewide exercise to free Lagos of visible security risks has continued after the arrest of some suspects under the Dolphin Estate Bridge. A statement by the Commissioner for Information and Strategy, Benga Omotosho, said 450 miscreants were rescued at the weekend. Alrighty, now let's also let you in on something that the Vice President Kashim Shettima is about. Well, he has departed Abuja on Sunday for Dallas, United States, US. He will be represent our president, the number one citizen in Nigeria, President Bola Tinubu, at the 2024 US Africa Business Summit, to be hosted by the Corporate Council on Africa at the K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center in Dallas, Texas. All right, that's something. Well, normalcy is gradually returning to the supply and distribution chain of premium motor spirits, talking about PMS. Yes, what we call petrol. Yeah, after the scarcity of the product in the last 3 weeks. While the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, that is the NNPCL, blamed the development on logistics issues. The return of normalcy was not unconnected with the opening up of reserves by the NNPC for supply to the marketers. Why the restraint in the first place? But then the Department of State Services, the DSS, has sealed Al Hassan Clinic in Al Ihsan, clinic in the Ongwan Rogo community in Jos North local government area of Plateau State due to allegations of quackery. Yes, I said it, quackery, and the reported death of a female patient. Well, it was learned that the death of the woman last week following a surgery performed by one Mr. Abdul Lukman sparked reactions in the area, with many attributing the death to the surgery, which subsequently raised concerns about Abdul's medical specialty. All right. Well, the value of Nigeria's currency in circulation has risen to 3.87 trillion naira at the end of March, according to the latest money and credit statistics on the website of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The currency in circulation was 3.87 trillion naira higher than 3.69 trillion naira in February and 3.65 trillion naira in January. All right. Will I say a yay to that? Yay. Well, residents of Mende Estate Villa in Maryland area of Lagos State have decried the recent demolition of their multi-million naira houses in the area by the Lagos State government while seeking compensation for a new shelter. Well then, it was gathered that the estate's homes were destroyed in the last demolition exercise. Ooh. Alrighty, 2 suspects are in custody of Edo State Police Command in connection with the disappearance and death of a 200-level undergraduate of Delta State University of Science and Technology, Agbo, Miss Faith Omodon. Oh no. But now, operatives of the Nigerian Drug Law Enforcement Agency have intercepted 511 jumbo sacks of cannabis sativa weighing 4,752 kilograms concealed in a gas tank compartment of a truck along the Abuja-Abaji Highway. Can you beat that? Now, the agency, in a statement on Sunday, said the operatives on a stop-and-search operation along the highway on Wednesday, May 1, intercepted the 40-feet gas tanker marked RBC 77XG, and upon a thorough search, discovered the sacks. Sacks of what? I'll remind you, cannabis sativa. Right. Well, another improvised explosive device, IED, planted along Maiduguri-Dikwa Gamboro Ngala Road has killed 7 people, including a telecommunication expert, Malam Bashua Bula Marwa. The incident took place Wednesday when their vehicles drove on the planted IED in between Dikwa and Logomani village, about 80 kilometers drive from Maiduguri. Now, that is not a very good one. Please, let's look into this and change the narrative already, I tell you. But let's jump into the front pages of the Nigerian newspaper today, for today being a Monday, the 6th day in the month of May 2024. All right, on the front pages now, I see this one, the Guardian newspaper. Big story now. Big story on the front page of the Guardian newspaper. Banks, others shop for over 3 trillion naira from broke investors, lean markets. Page 6 has got that story to the side of the Guardian newspaper. When I say to the side, I'm talking about not the left side, I'm talking about the right side. You'd see this one now. Anxiety as INEC's report fails to recognize Ondo APC Guba primary, and you'd find that one on news page 3 of the Guardian newspaper. Still with the Guardian newspaper, this time not news page 3 but news page 5. You'd see northern leaders NNPP warn federal government against defense pact with US France. All right, now let's look at the belly of the Guardian newspaper right now. The belly of the Guardian newspaper has this one on page 8, and it says, outcry over alleged arrest, expulsion of 500 youths in Lagos. Just underneath that one now on page 12, untenable fuel scarcity amid deregulation, and to page 4, from 30,000 naira to 615,000 naira. Feasibility hurdles await minimum wage largesse in states, private sector. And now I'm looking at this one, and it's looking right back at me on page 6. Lingering fuels crisis, worsening capacity utilization productivity, says NECA NECA. All right, sounds like a name in Igbo, NECA, but this one is NECA, so it's NECA. But let's take you now to page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. Atiku raises alarm over Tinubu's son's membership of Chagori's board. Yes, page 5 has got that story with the Guardian newspaper. And on that note, we are taking you away from the Guardian, and I see a van standing right beside of a guard, and a guard standing right beside of a van, so they call it Vanguard, I suppose. Now, the big story on the front page of the Vanguard newspaper, this one has it on page 5. Local firms, IOCs, to bid for 12 onshore, 7 deep offshore oil blocks. It's got just one writer to it, though. As federal government woos investors at OTC 2024. Okay, I told you before, page 5 has got that story. Now to the side of the Vanguard newspaper now, I see this one. The right side, that is, Edo Guba, Obaseki, there's Obi-led Legacy Group. Page 28 has got that one. To yet another one, multiple checks. FAAN, F-A-A-N, NSA moved to reduce security agents at airports. Why is that so? You want to go find that story and more on it on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. I see this one, employers labor angry over unending fuel scarcity. Really calls for some emotional reaction there. Page 8 has got that one now too. We are going to the base of the Vanguard newspaper now. Marketers remain upbeat as petrol scarcity enters third week. Page 28 and to page 25. Minister wades in as condemnation trails FIJ journalists arrest. 25 has got that one page, that is. And now for the sport lovers right there, page 30. 2026 World Cup, Super Eagles will beat South Africa, Benin. Finidi is making a loud statement right there. Now, just above the Vanguard newspaper banner, I see this one. Why FDIs continue to elude Nigeria. That should be the foreign direct investments, if I'm not mistaken. And this one is coming from Atiku. Page 9 has got that one to page 14 of the Vanguard newspaper. How Nigerians can identify fake electricity meters by Tahir Aliyu. All right, who is he? What position does he hold in the society? You want to go find out with the Vanguard newspaper right there, right? And now away from the Vanguard newspaper, let's take you to yet another daily now. That would be the Daily Trust newspaper. Big story on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. I see this one, and I'm sure it sees me too. Big story. NAF airstrikes kill many terrorists in Borno, Niger. Okay, I've got that one. It's on page 4 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Just directly beneath the Daily Trust newspaper banner, federal government to reconnect 8 Sokoto local government areas to national grid after 10 years blackout. And you'd find that one on page 11. Now taking you to page 15. FAN, NSA move to stop multiple checks at airports. And now to page 5. Lagos markets clash. Unions threaten to cut tomato supply to Lagos. Alrighty, I see a lot of destruction on the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper right there. And this one says, well, from the international scene right there, war on Gaza, Israel shuts Al Jazeera's office. One writer to it. U.S. police arrest more pro-Palestinian protesters. Alrighty, the page is not so clear, so I cannot bring it to your eardrums. But then do well to go get a copy of the Daily Trust newspaper today. Now, I'm moving away from the Daily Trust newspaper now, and as I take you on Eagle's wings to the Punch newspaper. So with the Punch newspaper, we see this big story. Telcos, alright? Let me start the way it is written on the front page. It says, Lagos-Calabar Highway, telcos fear shutdown as construction threatens cables. It's got that story on page 33, and it's got just one writer to it. Undersea fiber cables linking Europe to Nigeria pass through construction corridor. Atcon. I've got that to say, right? Can we stand another shutdown in terms of no, come on, we shouldn't. Y'all better find a way around it, I tell you. Okay, this one at the not at the belly, but at the base, very close to the belly. NDLEA seizes 4,752 kilogram cannabis concealed in Abuja gas tanker. Can you beat this? It's quite a lot, I tell you, from what I see, and it's really fearful. Okay, now look at this one now. On page 40, 80% of Lekki buildings have no approval. Lagos government has got that to say. Foreign scholars lament 11 months unpaid allowances face ejection. Page 9 has got that story. Now to page 34. Major marketers demand more fuel as depot stock drops. Now let's get on to the apex, the apogee, the very tall height of the Punch newspaper as I see it. Tinubu to get minister's Q1 assessment report. Page 12 has got that story. And page 34, 9 banks earmark 383 billion naira for legal dispute claims. Alright, and now the one I'm going to be taking right now, Dangote, Unilever, 5 others cut 1,281 jobs in 1 year. That's according to reports. And page 34 has got that story. And this is going to be the last one that I'll be taking with the Punch newspaper this morning. And it's just to the side of the Punch newspaper banner. It says, abductions, detentions, echoes of Abacha era media clampdown resound under Tinubu. Page 3 has got that story, and I'm sure that story is coming under what's been going on, especially with journalists being taken, abducted, and there's a lot being said now. That better stop now, because hey, that's the fourth realm That's the fourth realm. That's the fourth realm. Okay. And yes, we just say bye-bye to the Punch newspaper now as I take you to the Nation newspaper this morning. Okay, so the Nation newspaper has got the story. It's a big story. It says government begins disbursement of 50 billion naira grants to small firms. All right. Government begins disbursement of 50 billion naira grants to small firms. It's got one writer to it. 1 million businesses in 774 local councils to benefit from free cash. Ooh, free cash. All right. Oh, it's a grant. Oh, yes, it's free. Alrighty, now let's get on to the base of the Nation newspaper now. And this one says, rise in non-performing loans stunted manufacturing worrisome. All right, and it's got one writer to it. MPC members suggest way out. All right, this should be found on page 5 if I'm not mistaken. Alrighty, and this one right here says Southeast Development Commission will address 50 years of neglect, says who? Go find out on page 27 of the Nation newspaper right there. And this one on what page now? Page 4. That's right, page 4. My eyes are still sharp. I tell you the truth. Banks await CBN's decision on submitted recapitalization plans. Page 4. It's got that one. And it's got one writer to it. How financial institutions plan to raise 8 trillion naira. Now let's take you just before we go above the Nation newspaper banner now. I see this one, Vice President Shatima in Texas for U.S. Africa Business Summit. Page 5 has got that story. Now let me take you to the very apex of the front page of the Nation newspaper. That would be just above the Nation newspaper banner. This one is coming from Adun. It says, charting course for fiscal stability, economic prosperity. Pages 2 and 3 has got that story. And this one says, why UK stopped students from bringing families by envoy. News page 5 has got that story. And this one right here, I beg your pardon, oh my goodness. Whew, I need to have a lot to eat this time, I tell you. All right, this one right here says Lagos government measures residents of, oh, I beg your pardon, Lagos government reassures residents of their safety. I think this would be as part of the ongoing, reforms in Lagos State, where the demolition is coming here, left, right, and center. And Lagos State is telling their citizens and residents that, look, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. This is for your good. It's only for your safety. And you'd find that story on page 27 of the Nation newspaper today, right? Making efforts to see how we can get more stories from other dailies. But while I'm at that, let us also just get to hear from you two and know your thoughts, your reaction, right, to some of these stories that is making the rounds in on the front pages of Nigerian newspaper today, right? Giving you the numbers already. Number is 0907-353-0044. The other number is 0908-766-8888. And the WhatsApp portal number is 0909-705 4450. Almost missed that number right there, but then do well to also follow across social media platforms because we have a strong presence out there. Hello, good morning. Yes, good morning to you. Can you hear me? Hello? Okay, I can't hear you though. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
This Apostle from Apostle.
Oh, Apostle, welcome. Good morning to you and welcome to a brand new day.
You are doing a good work.
Thank you. God bless you too.
Yes, my take goes like this, that when we do hear that our minister, they are trying and eliminating those bad boys.
Yes, please.
But after saying that, John, after sometimes you hear that these people strike again. I don't know whether they are telling us the truth. That's my thing. Because now without number, I will hear that they strike and the army people, they arrested, they apprehended. Before you know, another thing will happen. Another thing I want to say concerning what you have read to us this morning.
Yes, please.
This political issue in Nigeria. Before we get it right, this our constitution has to be brought down and do small amendments. That's my case. Thank you for a good work.
Thank you so much. All right, Apostle also life right there. Thank you. I mean, those thoughts that you have, I've also thought about it, and I'm sure that you've also echoed the thoughts of quite a number of Nigerians. I mean, after all the decimation here and there, how do they keep multiplying? Do they create themselves? I don't know. Hello, good morning. Hello. Yeah, good morning. Very well, thank you.
It's about
what is your name, please?
Okwi is my name.
Okwi, I cannot take your call, sorry. All right? You can call elsewhere. All righty. Hello, good morning. Hello? Okay, I think the network is playing tricks on us right now, but don't relent because you can as well use the platform for the WhatsApp, right? Which is 0909-705-4450 and send your voice notes there. Make it short, make it brief, go straight to the point, please. I'm only begging you, please, so that we can have time for every other member of the family to add their voices loudly and clearly in the conversation. It is still the newspaper review, which we like to call the pages, right? And yes, bringing the pages, to your eardrums as well as to your visuals, because we run an audiovisual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. Hello, good morning. Hello. Okay, if something is not wrong with our connection, it means that something might be wrong with your connection on that particular number. So you might want to try the other. Good morning to you. Good morning, please. Sir. Yes, good morning.
Yes, how is the work?
Fine, thank you. How is yours?
I'm IK calling you from Suleja in Niger State.
All right, IK, welcome aboard.
I'm worried about this demolition that they are doing. I thought that in the constitution that before you demolish any house, there will be compensation to the people before even the demolition. Why demolishing them compensation? The government have to look into it. Thank you very much, sir.
All right, thank you. Well, you're talking about the demolition that's going on, not just in Lagos State. I guess you're talking about demolitions generally, right? But then how do you compensate I may be wrong, but how do you compensate those who have gone to build houses under the bridge, right? And of course, you and I know that what goes on most of the time under the bridge, or bridges, especially in Lagos State right there. And it might just be a clean sweep, but I'd like to also add my voice, to the voice of Yemi Alade. She also, made a statement in that regard saying, look, you're just getting people homeless and without a plan B. And that is always the question that we ask every time. What is your plan B? Yes, they have aired, but what plans are you making so that these persons who have, found refuge under the bridge for years, many years, some months, some were even born, into such a shelter, so that they don't get back into the society in full swing and, what I mean, engage in anti-social activities, because I don't think the society will have, all that the resources to handle, that kind of situation. But let's take this one. Hello, good morning.
Right.
Yes, good morning to you.
No, this is David from Apple.
Sorry, David?
David from Apple.
I didn't get your name, sorry.
I'm a regular listener.
Yeah, what's your name? I want to know your name.
Apple.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, hopefully your answer is fine.
Yes, he's doing well, very well. Sure.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now the total of insecurity is still going on. And we play our phone and our security.
Okay, David, it's really hard to hear you or to make out what you're saying. I don't know.
Can you hear me now?
I think yes. You might want to add some strength to your voice so that we can hear.
Please, I urge the security personnel to always do their best as usual, because it's getting out of hand. Still in Kaduna, there are some kind of challenge in some places. So please, not only Kaduna, but me from Kaduna. That is one. I'm really worried about that.
Okay.
So please, keep on.
Okay, right there. I think David, if I'm not mistaken, sorry, I think it was quite hard, to hear your name at that point. But you're saying government should, just do security personnel should do the best. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
Bright.
Sorry, Bright.
Bright.
Oh, Bright. Bright, please do well to speak up just a little bit, if you can.
Okay.
Yes.
Good morning.
All right, go ahead.
Hope Piano is fine.
He's doing well.
My greetings to him.
We'll hear.
Yeah. Federal government or governments demolishing houses. I hope they have been having the environmentals before the house was erected, and people have lived there for so many years.
Exactly.
Now they discovered it, like they told us that Mongofa discovered River Niger. River Niger that has been in existence. In Nigeria, we like ordinary things. We do it as if to say it's funfair. I've been shouting about, like, you take the instance like JAMB now. I've been talking about the JAMB since how many years now. A government that says JAMB, where the students, they don't have computers in their schools. They want them to go and write JAMB on computer. Go to secondary schools. How are they teaching the students there? And you employ somebody who oversees JAMB, and they come to national television to boast that 70% failure is a good result, that they have done well. It is his business. Will he be proud that the business is doing well? That's the type of people, and they call themselves professor. That's the type of people we put on positions in Nigeria. And look at those students now. You don't want them when they come out from secondary school.
All right. Bright. Sorry. Sorry to ask. I don't know. Was that on the front page of the newspapers today?
I'm taking it.
Okay, I would like us to just concentrate on the front page, if you don't mind. Okay.
No, I'm doing instances now.
All right. You might want. Okay, I'm giving you 20 seconds, please. 20 seconds. Let's just get it.
Anyway, if that one is not good for you, no problem. Bye-bye.
All right, thank you. All right, let's concentrate on the front page of the newspapers. And Brighton, you shouldn't feel offended. I mean, the front pages is what we are talking about. And if you have other issues that you might want to talk about, you might also want to link it, to whichever headlines on the front page, associates itself with it. Okay. But then it is still going on right here. And I should go pay some bills. We will be right back in a short bit, because this is the pages on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, your radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Through our research and policy memos, we have identified the challenges facing youth civic participation. Now, it's time to equip you with the tools you need to engage with government agencies and elected leaders effectively. Are you tired of feeling sidelined in the governance process? Do you want to make a difference in your community? Don't let your voice go unheard. Tune into Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Civic Marches and be part of the movement for a more inclusive, accountable, and transparent government. Our mission is clear: to bridge the gap between citizens and government, ensuring that public resources are located to address your priorities. The Civic Martyrs is sponsored by ProMed Foundation with the support of the Nigerian Youth Futures Fund, NYFF.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
Please listen to this announcement. A-Level School of Basic and Preliminary Studies announces admission into IGMB program for Maraba, Kubwa, and Suleja Resource Centers. IGMB is an acronym for Interim Joint Matriculation Board, moderated by Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, approved by the Federal Government of Nigeria, certified by JAMB for 200 level direct entry admission into any university without JAMB or post-UTME to study medicine and surgery, nursing science, law, engineering, or any other course of your choice. Hostel is available for all students. Cost of admission form is 15,000 naira from Sky Limit Studies, Mongao Plaza, behind Zinaria Secondary School, opposite Umar Farouk Global Enterprises, Maraba. Academic and non-academic staff can apply for immediate employment. For details, call the coordinator on 070 25 20 4933 070 25 20 4933 or 081 21 09 7007 081 21 09 7007. Announcer Management.
Eagles 102.3 Abuja.
All right, still going conversational right here on Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja, where we give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day, wherever you may be listening to the sound of my voice or watching us live across social media platforms where we are hosting our online television network. I want to say kudos to you. Well done, right? For enjoying yourself, for bringing yourself, making yourself available out of your very busy schedule. You are indeed the MVP. We appreciate you. And just to also let you in on the fact that across social media platforms, it is called Eagles FM Abuja. Get on there and discover that what I say is indeed the entire truth. Hello, good morning. Right, that's a miss. Well, keep the calls coming through. I see this one now. Let's go take it. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, please.
How are you, Bob?
Very well, thank you.
Yes, the other line, you have called me severally. It's wrong, but I don't know if you listen to your side. I'm not picking it.
Oh, yes. Apologies then. What's your name, please?
Yeah. My name is GB.
GB, welcome aboard, GB.
Yes, I want to comment on the issue of Zamfara State Governor that said that he believes government workers and security personnel are working with bandits and terrorists. And it's a statement of fact, because the way things are going in the Northwest, it shows that there are some fifth columnists, both in government and in the public there. In the public, it's not surprising us, because when bandits can kidnap somebody for months, you have to say, how do they free those people? It shows that the public are working with them, supplying logistics, supplying food, and information intelligence.
All right, GB.
All those
GB,
yes.
I don't mean to cut you. I don't know if we read such a headline today on the front pages. The Zamfara statement. So I would like you to stick.
The demolition in Lagos.
Yeah, stick to the front page.
Demolition in Lagos.
Yeah.
Demolition in Lagos. You see, government should do the right thing. That they need all those shanties.
Okay.
All the criminals that are people on the highway, that's where they hide, under the bridge, under those shanties. So the other time they demolish those people and keep Lagos clean of criminals, drug cartel are using those places as hideouts, and there's not any compensation for anybody. Those who block canal, those who that is no compensation. You cannot be compensated when you get proper approval
Right.
to build that house or structure and government demolish it. Any house, any approval has no compensation. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, GB, for that one. It has to be, if it has the proper documents from the government or issued by a government agency that is indeed, poised with that responsibility to do so. If not, do not even think about any compensation, is what GB says. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Daniel.
Good morning to you, please.
Thank you, guys. God is for this one.
Sorry, I can barely hear you. What's your name?
Hello, I'm calling from Niger State.
Sorry?
Mr. Daniel,
Hello?
Niger State.
Okay. All right, you might want to call back because I really cannot hear you. And what is the... it doesn't make so much sense if we cannot hear what you're saying. And as much as you want to also contribute, please do well to, I know it's a Monday, I know it's in the morning, but please try to project your voice, so that we can hear you loudly and clearly. Well, there's quite a number of messages via the WhatsApp portal number, but we still have a space, to take your calls and to also know what you think about some of what's going on the front pages of Nigerian newspapers. Which of them really jumps at you, pops at you, tickles your fancy, or calls for your reaction? Well, employers labor angry over unending fuel scarcity, right? There's quite a lot going on with that one as it stands at the moment. And yes, I'll be bringing you some of the stories behind it. Well, the private sector employers in Nigeria yesterday had come out to decry the unending scarcity of the premium motor spirits, PMS, which we know, of course, and call petrol across the country. Now, they have saying that the ongoing disruption of businesses across diverse sectors, escalating transportation and logistical bottlenecks have progressively led to increased operational costs, among others. So the employees have gone under the platform of the Nigeria Employees Consultative Association, that is the NECA. They've gone on to express their dissatisfaction at the persistent queues for petrol at most filling stations in the country amid dwindling productivity as well as economic activities right there. Well, that is what it is. Well, the Director General, speaking in Lagos, Mr. Adewale Smart Oyerinde said, like a sore that has refused to heal, the recurrent issue of fuel scarcity has reared up its ugly head again, notwithstanding the removal of fuel subsidy. It just goes on to tell you that is really biting hard out there. Well, the number is still out there, 0907-353-0044 or 0908-766-8888. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Mr. Daniel. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you, sir. What's your name?
Thank you very much. I'm Donatus calling from...
Donatus. Now I can hear you loudly and clearly, Donatus. You sound like Monday this time. All right, go ahead, Donatus.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loudly. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, thanks. Thank you very much. About the shanties in Lagos.
Yes, please.
Lagos Bridge. Mr. Daniel, see, those buildings have been there for long.
Sure.
The duty of chairman local government, director works. What are their duty for long? I think they should go to book. You will not just see this kind of thing you keep quiet because you are receiving one or two things from them. You understand? Or because they are paying revenue. Those people that they have led, they should go to book. Ask them some simple questions. You understand? I believe somebody will not just come and lay a structure within a month. To complete the structure and live inside, and you are keeping quiet. I think they should go to book.
Right.
And for the first country, I think the Minister of Petroleum should do something about it. That's what I'm saying. Now we are talking about the shanties. Somebody is in charge. The Minister of Petroleum is in charge of this country. They should do something about this thing. Because this is taking too long now. Almost 3 weeks now. Are they telling us that there is no solution to this problem? I think we should do something about it.
Right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much, Donatus, right there. Something needs to be done, and done fast. Please. All right. I'm also joining my voice to say that. All right, I'm appealing. We're appealing. All right. In one of the songs in Nigeria, you hear government pity for us, right? If we have to say pity, even though I don't think that we should even use the word as pity, in appealing to a government that we elected into office, right? But if it has come to that, if that's what it's going to take to bring that change and make a turnaround so that these sufferings may be alleviated, ameliorated as well, please, pity for us. Yeah. All right. Well, many indigenous companies and international oil companies, IOCs, have indicated interest in bidding for the 12 onshore and 7 deep offshore blocks put forward for sale by the federal government, right? As it is gathered by newsmen, as of yesterday, our correspondent also showed that the companies have been reviewing the requirements, including technical competence and financial capacity required for the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, to qualify for the bid. So the members of the Petroleum Technology Association of Nigeria, PETAN, and Association of Nigerian Indigenous Technical Oilfield Service Companies in the upstream and downstream sectors have put forward their interest, according to the chairman of the group, Engineer Wole Ogunsanya. Alrighty, so that is what's going on in that discourse. But top company officials who pleaded anonymity because they were not granted permission to speak had said in different conversations with correspondents of the press that they have started working with their local and international consultants towards bidding for the oil blocks. Okay. Alrighty. That is that for that. And we should also let you in on the fact that some northern activists and New Nigeria People's Party, that's the NNPP, over the weekend cautioned the federal government against signing any military pact with the US and France to pave way for relocation of their military bases to the country. So the northern leaders have actually written the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and the National Assembly NAS on why the federal government should not allow the relocation of the military from the Sahel to Nigeria. Righty. So they said it was common knowledge that the American and French governments had been desperately lobbying the governments of Nigeria, Benin, Benin Republic, Togo, and Ghana to agree to sign new defense pacts that would enable them redeploy their soldiers expelled from Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger. Alrighty, okay, that is something, right? But then let's look at the WhatsApp portal. If we do have time, we will get back to the calls and take your messages. And like I always love to do, I like to always begin by taking the messages first of all, and then we would now get to the voice notes as we see it. Right, I see this one right here. It says, good morning to you, my brother. Good morning to you too. My brother Udwaki says, Daniel, my full name exactly. And good morning to all the call-in listener of this great and wonderful radio station. Good morning to you. This must be Samuel. Oh yes, it is Samuel, all the way from Kuje. He says, the way and manner people in authority are playing with our intelligence in this country is very bad and worrisome. They create fuel scarcity, no good roads, our schools are in sorry state, no power, food items are on the increase on daily basis. Please, what will 50,000 naira do for a family man? The terrorists are still on the rampage. Only God will deliver us. Have a great and wonderful day, says UD. I am watching you live on YouTube from Kuje. You are doing well, my brother. You deserve this one because you said well done. Well done to you too. That's for you. That's for you. That's for you, Samuel. Thank you for, joining the family out there on YouTube. You could as well extend that invite to your friend, to your family, to everybody that you know, and let us build together, right? I see this one too right here. It says, good morning, UD. Good morning. How are you doing? I'm very well, thank you. It's a new week. May God give us our heart's desires this week and give us more contracts Amen to that one. Our security keep apprehending terrorists, and the terrorists keep multiplying. Worrisome, right? Well, it goes on to say, I keep wondering how they create themselves. Our military should come out playing. And then for our president giving grants, we don't need that. We don't need that, he says. He should use that money to put our refineries in order, and things would normalize for Nigerians. Who are the people advising our president? Big question. They're advising him wrongly. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. Joseph Jojo from Piakasa, chatting from Aso Drive. Joseph, thank you. I mean, those questions, some question they are. Trust me. Alrighty, I see this one right here. It says, I celebrate you, the golden voice on air. Thank you. I celebrate you too. Triple D. Okay. Your messaging from Waru. It says, President to assess ministers. What will happen if they found underperformance? Example, Minister of Power. Okay. How can you really know if someone has done well under a failed system? Alrighty, or under failed systems. Okay, it says, if we have a good system and structure in place, can you wait for someone to assess your performance? Waste of time and lack of leadership focus. Time will tell. Alright, Triple D, you're making that loud, and it's indeed very loud. Okay, so I see this one. It says, good morning, Obong Udwak Daniel. Good morning to you too. It says, great to know that you still on the information cockpit. Oh, yes, I am. All right, he goes on to saying, the news of 50 billion naira grants purportedly given by the federal government to boost operation of small-scale firms in the country may turn out to be another ploy to draw public attention away from the main issues of fuel scarcity, insecurity, and hyperinflation in the country. If one may ask, what happened to the 25,000 naira money transfer promised to senior citizens and the less privileged in the country? Big question. Does it mean that the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs has stopped transferring the budgeted funds because the former Minister Better Do, who was in charge, has been indicted? Please, for crying out loud, so many people that have been notified through SMS that the said fund will enter their bank accounts are still waiting to hear from the government. Let it not be another round of deceit to the common man. Please, say me well to Prince Ihana Chop Prince. Alrighty, I would do so, and I'm sure that he's got his ears also glued to 102.3 FM Abuja, and he already would be putting a big smile on his face right there. Say, God bless Nigeria, Comrade Olobasi right there. Thank you, Comrade Olobasi. Well, the latest, the last that I know, in that regard will be the fact that based on what's going on within that ministry, that's talking about the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and all of that, the president had come out to saying that, look, there should be a pause on all disbursements. There should be a pause for now until everything is put into place, and hopefully that when all of these are said and done, we should indeed begin to see those disbursements happen. But then there's always a question of, when then will all of these be said and done, when there are families who have been notified already and they're expectant of these monies, and they probably have unresolved challenges here and there, school fees, feeding, transportation, affording the basic amenities in terms of power, paying for their power and all of that. Yes, all of that. Challenges here and there, left, right, and center, increase in price of food, commodity here and there, and it's just really crazy, right? I get that. Trust me, I do get that, and I'm hoping that the government will do the needful, because the truth is, you cannot continue to give hope to people, and then after giving them hope, you dash their hope on a stone. It almost feels as though you are taking them for granted, or you just despise them. So, federal government, you don't want to be called out in that light. You might as well want to look at alternatives in putting smiles on the faces of those you have at least notified by text about a grant. Okay, so that is it. But now let's get on to the voice notes now and see and hear from you what you are saying at the moment. Keep in mind, this is Eagles 102.3 FM Abuja. We give you an audio-visual radio experience that you can count on anytime, any day. And I say this on strong authority. We've got the bragging rights. And guess who gave it to us? You did. Right now, I'm taking this one right here, and it goes thus.
Good morning to Udwak Daniel.
Good morning.
Good morning to Bibi Blessing. Good morning to Felix from Lambata, Usman Daura, and Donatus from Niger State. I want to start by appreciating our gallant men. Some people will say, Nigeria, don't say anything good. No, me, I see when I see good thing, I recommend and I appreciate. Most especially the way our security men dealt with a bandit in Maiduguri and Niger State. In fact, they should even go Kaduna again. These guys, they are all over. They shouldn't have mercy. There shouldn't be any repented bandit. There shouldn't be any repented Boko Haram. There shouldn't be any repented killer Hisman. They should go and repent to God up there. So government shouldn't have any room for repented bandit. Because when I heard that, it pains me. When I heard that rehabilitating them, bringing them to society, it pains me. And it was Buhari government that established that. What will you say? The person that carry arms against the state, now you come and be saying you are rehabilitating them. You show that you are appreciating them for the evil they carry against the state. That is what it is. How will you bring in the person that carry arms against the state and you are bringing him to the society and you are saying amnesty? No, I'm not in support of any amnesty. They should go to them. They shouldn't have mercy for all these criminals. So thank you for giving me the privilege. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I want to sincerely appreciate Eagle FM. Thank you. Thanks for the crew and everyone working with you there. I want to sincerely appreciate you. Now good day. My name is Salasi.
Thank you so much, Selassie. Now let's hear from Honorable Edwards.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Honorable Edwards from Apo. 50 billion, right? Give it to small business or whatever they call it.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, this is another way of taking this money. Don't be honest to yourself. This thing has happened and they want it to happen again. So I don't know. There's no need. Use that money and build your refineries. There's no need. Our refineries are there. What is happening? Repair our refineries. We don't want this loan. Use this money, that money, and repair our refineries. That is all. For the nation of houses, how can you go and build your house under the bridge? Does it mean the bridge is for what? Because it's only water that passes under the bridge. So what about if there's problem and you are affected? Will you blame government that you build your house under the bridge? Anytime. Whenever you're building a house in the wrong place, can be demolished at any time. So I all those people to quietly pack and stop disturbing. We have a problem to ourselves. We have so many things to handle in this country. Not to bring problem, not to introduce problem for ourselves again. Please, let's just back and allow government to do what they want to do. Thank you and God bless.
Alrighty, that is Honorable Edwards right there saying let the government do what it has to do to ensure that we build a safe society for each and every one of us. I mean, how do you even find refuge under the bridge? Please, how do you do that? And not want to be fingered one way or the other, pointed, with fingers pointed at you, saying, hey, you've done the wrong thing. Who gave you the right? Is there a CFO to that, space and all of that? Yeah, as much as we can argue on that one side, we should also know that necessity could also be the mother in inventions. And when you don't see what you like what you see. Sometimes it may not be that these persons just enjoy to go under the bridge, but circumstances, might indeed lead them to that, particular phase of their lives. But that is not to also aid and abet, such activities, because this is exactly why we keep seeing crime on the increase. Because when you also live in a place where you feel as though you don't have a responsibility to, you might as well begin to think in lines where some thoughts in your voice, some voices in your head you hear will start suggesting some other things to you to do. And of course, it's not short of crime in itself. Yeah, but then I should give you the Vanguard newspaper front page just before we leave, and